guys? Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening on where you're joining me from in the world. And my goodness, the pre-Chinese New Year avalanche is here. Howie Claus had no chill. We had 9 announcements and releases this week. It was a big week. I thought Old Mate from Star Wars was going to be the last thing, and then he surprised and delighted me, one of my favorite marketing tactics, by dropping George and Chris today. What an unexpected treat. So we've got so much to talk about. We're also going to have a look at Kaustic Plastic. They have been at a toy fair, I think, in Germany, and they've shown a few more things from their Maestro line. So we will talk about that as well. There's so much newsy news. I'm going to say up front, I really hope I can enunciate my words by the end of this stream. I had a lot of meetings at work, then I went straight to a friend's birthday party, and now I'm here streaming because Consistent Cousin turns up every Friday to stream. But before we get into the chat, and I see who's here to hang out with me, I did want to just flag. Oh, where is it gone? Oh, I can't see it now. There was a super chat that came in like right as I ended the stream, and it was here. Oh, I'm sorry. So literally someone whose username was like Star Wars something dropped me a super chat just as I was ending the stream because they were delighted that I have the InArt clip. And I felt so bad because I ended the stream, and I think there's a little bit of a delay between the comments and me. And I ended the stream, and I didn't get to acknowledge that super chat. So I'm sorry, Star Wars fan, whatever your username is. I appreciate that you're a Star Wars fan and you watch this stream. I don't really know what that says about either of us, but I thank you for I think it was like a $5 super chat. So thank you so much. I thought that comment was going to be waiting for me because it was before the stream started. So I'm sorry, I was going to show it and StreamYard has taken it away. So I'm sorry. But thank you. Appreciate you. A lot of newsy news. Who's here to hang out? Let's find out. Toy Collector is here. Happy Friday, everyone. Have a great stream. Thank you. As I said, I hope I can still enunciate my words at the end of this. It could get ugly, and if it does, I apologize. We've got Carlos, my hype man, in the chat. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Just sending my usual salutations from New Jersey that received 15 inches of snow and might get another snowstorm this week. That's crazy. February is like the worst month of the year for heat in Western Australia, and we've started a heat wave. What a treat. I did check. It's still 85 degrees at 10 p.m. here. So I've turned on my air conditioner, and I probably won't turn it off for a week. Anyway, Hot Toys has bestowed, it's already beginning upon us, the Batman and Robin figures. I for sure will add this to my collection. Even though the movie's terrible, what say you, Helen? Will you be doing the same? And also adding Mr. Freeze as well. Oh, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. George, Chris, Arnie, Bane, the Mars Toys Bane, they're all on pre-order. I think we're going to get some amazing movies from a pretty, I'll say it, horrible movie. I rewatched it not that long ago. Didn't like it, but I think the figures look amazing. And this shelf is soon going to be at capacity, so I need to work out this room one day. So Carlos says, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters? I have not. I hear it's very entertaining. I'm on the fence whether I'll watch it or not. Anyways, look forward to seeing your stream later on. Have a great day. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for our dear friend Helen. I mean, I would appreciate it. Little Shuri would appreciate it. It's free, and apparently it helps the channel. So if you're enjoying it, hit the like button, maybe subscribe. Come hang out every Friday. We talk about things and stuff and newsy news. We've got Keith Lee. Good morning, afternoon, evening to everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Keith. Toy Collector says Hot Toys was definitely busy. Oh yeah, they're it's the pre-Chinese New Year avalanche. And it's funny because I really thought if you asked me to put money on what do you think's coming out the door before Chinese New Year, I 100% would have said the new stealth, the 2.0 stealth suit Captain America and Artisan Bucky. I was so convinced they would get those out the door before Chinese New Year, but it was George and Chris, and I'm not mad about that because means some figures are going to start arriving because I don't know about you guys, but when there's the drought, my online shopping finger gets a bit itchy, and I've been trying so hard not to just impulse buy stuff. So now that I know Batman Returns is coming soon, then Chris and George, hopefully that can keep me at bay from just buying some random stuff that I really didn't want. We've got Anthony Stanfield. Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. I'm good, Anthony. Hope you are too. I think this is Gilbert. Finally, it's Friday and 60-second Star Wars show. I mean, I could do that. I could just do Star Wars in 60 seconds and end the stream if that's what people want. Helen could then get some sleep. We've got AJ. Hello, Helen and friends. Hope all is well. Hello, AJ. I hope you and Mrs. Ashley are doing well. We've got Raymond. Hi, Helen. Good afternoon. It's been Christmas here. Dr. Doom, Comic Venom, General Grievance, all arrived. Grievous, all arrived. Wednesday will arrive on Monday. Good times. Wow, you've got a lot of things throwing through. Shuri, are you going to say hello to the peeps? Are you going to say hello to me? You know, the people want to see you on the stream. One day I will put a clip of Shuri in the StreamYard so we can enjoy her. But yeah, that's a nice haul. And you also just had David Beckham from Deadpool and Wolverine. So, God, Raymond's getting all the releases. Lucky you. We've got Valkyrie Magnus. Good morning, Helen. Good morning to you. JB is here. Howdy, Helen. Chat. Hello. AJ says, please send some of that heat my way. We're slowly warming up with a heat wave of 0 Fahrenheit today. Wow. Maybe next week we'll hit 0 Celsius. I may break shorts out if we do. Yeah, look, it's I mainly speak the Celsius. So I think today was like 36, which is, I think, just under 100. Then we've got 37, 37, 39. It then cools down to 33, which I think is around 90. And then it's back up. So that's just February. As I say, I have turned my air conditioner on, and when I turn it off is anybody's guess. It's the 1 month of the year that I don't care what my power bill is. That air conditioning is staying on day and night. Windman's here. Greetings from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Bonita Lake, NM. I don't know what state that is. Is that New Mexico? Got 31 inches of snow on the 26th of January. Crazy. That's nowhere near me, thankfully. Mike, 31 inches of snow. It's like almost a meter. That's crazy. A meter. Keith says there's definitely no shortage of things to spend my money on outside of 1-6 figures. Well, I mean, yeah. Toy Collector says minus 32 Celsius in Canada where I live. Wow. Fun fact, I used to work for APCO in Australia. What a company. And it was funny because in Canada, obviously natural gas and natural gas heating within a home is like so essential. And then bless their little cotton socks, they bought the gas network in Western Australia, which I think could not be more different to Canada when it comes to like winter and climate. And I don't think they understood that. That was a long time ago, and I do not miss working there. The Bright Collector's here, my foundation member. Hello. Good Friday, everyone. Howie Claus was like, it's a new year invoice for you, new invoice for you. No one left out invoices for everyone. He was like Oprah. He was dropping invoices for everyone, because remember, we're going to get that Chinese New Year lull. So Howie Claus, he wants us nice and fattened up with a big Hot Toys feast because we're going to have a famine. It's coming in late February. Chinese New Year. Raymond says, definitely putting a big dent in my pre-orders now down to 34. Could have been 33, but I got a waitlist conversion for Blitzway Ghostbusters 2.0 4-pack Raymond. That's incredible. I'm going to give that some applause. Because I know a lot of people want that 4-pack, and it was like a freaking competitive sport trying to get that. So well done. Waitlist conversions can totally happen. Believe it. All right, shall we launch into the newsy news? Because there's so much newsy news to get through. I have so many slides, so I worry what time this is going to finish. But hey, in for a penny, in for a pound. As we start off, as always, I want to say a huge thank you to my paid channel members. So that's the Broke Collector, AJ Agrusa, Pop Culture Living Room. Speaking of tomorrow, Two Greek Geeks on Costa's channel. Make sure you check us out. Kevin LaFranc, Aaron Broverman, Tijuana Mike, Keith Lee, Valkyrie Magnus, Miss Batwoman, Bob Dylan, and Blue Tattoo. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your support of the channel, and quite a few of you are here this evening, which is lovely. Guys, you know, and I know that William Wang, One Man's Hobby, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm actually going to plan like a big stream bonanza for the 1 year anniversary of William's disappearance. I had to chuckle because someone posted on Collected Base, what's your biggest collecting regret? And I used that as an opportunity to let people know about William Wang. And I said pre-ordering from One Man's Hobby. Not that I have much money in his pocket, praise be, but a lot of people do. And where is William? No one knows. So please be mindful. One Man's Hobby website is still up. It's still accepting money, which I absolutely hate. And as I've mentioned, there's been murmurs of a new business re-emerging. So please be mindful of any new retailers that come about. Do your due diligence before you part with your money, because these things are not cheap. And also, we want collecting to be fun for everyone. And people who steal other people's money and don't deliver on products and ghost them and just treat them the way people like Toys Wonderland and One Man's Hobby have done are boo to them. And I hope karma comes and bites you, lads, where you deserve it. So that's enough said about Mr. Wang. AJ says, I'm trying not to be bad and I'm still holding strong, not getting the Ghostbusters or the InArt Terminator, but it's hard to say no. Yeah. AJ, the example I'll give you is, so everyone was like, oh my God, you're not getting Wolverine Deluxe. Why aren't you getting a Wolverine from Deadpool Wolverine? It's the best Wolverine. Hugh Jackman's an Aussie. And I agree with all that stuff. That thing has come back in stock at Pop Culture 3 times. And every time I have to talk myself out of buying it. It's real, as I say, particularly when you have those big gaps. Like I got a couple of figures when I was in Hong Kong, but before that, what was the last thing I received? I don't even know. And I don't think my next thing I'm receiving is till at least end of March, early April. So it's hard to fight that wanting to have new stuff. So yeah, I'm doing my best not to. But yeah, again this week, Pop Culture had Wolverine Deluxe again, and I was just like, no, what are you doing? This is not on the plan. Stick to the plan. You have a plan. But it's hard, I hear you. If InArt would announce for T1 figures, I would probably spend it imminently. I think that Terminator pre-order closes very soon. Is it tomorrow? I can't remember. Pete, that's so kind. Peeps, it's $1 a month to support Helen, who provides 2 hours a week of content. It's a no-brainer. I appreciate you, Keith. Thank you. I legit, when I could get channel memberships, I was like, I'm going to set the bar low, like whatever the lowest amount is. I know people set different amounts. It's there. I don't push it, but I do want to acknowledge those people that sling me $1 every month, because I do appreciate it. I know there's lots of things people could spend their money on. So it is what it is. I know some people go really hard at promoting, and certain videos are just for members. I mean, I have Shuri videos for members, but that's because that's what they asked for. But yeah, I mean, as I say, it's there if people want to. I appreciate it. I appreciate my channel members who pay. So thank you kindly, and Keith is one of them. So appreciate you, Keith. Winman says, I did get the InArt Terminator set, but only got one of the new Ghostbusters. Got Winston, of course. Well, that's fair enough. Raymond says, I have the Days of Future Past Wolverine and got the Deadpool 3 and the TVA jacket on PO. No idea if I'm going to keep all three, though. Yeah, I used to have the Days of Future Past Wolverine, and I sold it to Iron Logan. I had the X-Men 2. I had the Wolverine Origins. I had Days of Future Past. I had so many Wolverines, and I moved them on. So hence, if I've had characters that I've moved on, and Deadpool's another one. I had Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, moved them on. So I try not to repeat that pattern of if I had something and then space was an issue and I sold those characters off, I try not to go back to that same well. But yeah, it was, I stared at the pop culture website because as well, it was that, oh my God, when people realize Wolverine Deluxe is on the pop culture website, he's not lasting long. I sat on that website for quite a while staring at Mr. Wolverine. Blue Bear is here. Hi, Helen. Happy Friday. How often do you repose your figures? Sometimes I look at my collection and feel like reposing could make an old figure look new again. I 100% agree with you. When I talk about enhancing your collecting experience, I feel like reposing is a really great way to fall in love with a figure all over again. And I guess for me, reposing kind of depends on the display I have. So, like, for example, my 89 to 97, I would not really consider any of them posed. But I feel like I reach a point where if I know I've got most of the figures there, I will start posing them. Or if I have time with Cousin Anthony or Iron Logan John, we might post some stuff together. So it's a thing I try to do. Like, I try every couple of weeks to spend a bit of time posing if I can. And that might even be refining an existing pose, because I think it is a little bit a game of adjustments. With time, you might realize actually the angle of the head might be a bit better this way or whatnot. So I do like to then tweak. But I'm with you. I think people focus a lot on the buying, and I think appreciating what you have is maybe something people don't always do enough of. And I think reposing is a great way to do that. And on that note, some amazing posing tutorials on Cousin Anthony's channel, Figure Posing channel, an amazing John Wick posing showcase Cousin Anthony posted on Christmas. And Iron Logan's got some amazing posing tutorials and display showcases. So definitely check those guys out for inspiration. Oh, that's for Keith. Winman says, I'm off to a doctor's appointment, routine checkup, nothing bad. Take care of everyone. Well, I hope it goes well, Winman. Thank you for coming by to say hello. Which version of the Crow will you be buying? Well, hello, High on Figures. Fun fact, the Crow is another figure that I am trying hard to resist, because I'm feeling like my itchy online shopping fingers for that is more about not having anything coming anytime soon than a genuine, I need that. There's a part of me that thinks like having that with, you know, InArt's talked about doing a Bruce Lee, like that would be cool to have them together. But also I would want that window diorama, which I don't think is available to me. I know Pop Culture got the sculpted and the two lower tiers, I think Deluxe and Deluxe Gold rooted versions, but not the limited ones. So who knows? But you know what? I saw someone posted a picture of the Hot Toys, the Sideshow, and the Caustic Plastic sculpts. I still think that Hot Toys sculpt looks really nice. It's just a shame. I think that outfit has suffered from pleather and peeling and flaking, but I actually really like the expression of that Hot Toys head sculpt. I don't know if anybody else saw that picture. Is it just me? I don't know. I still think the Hot Toys sculpt looks really nice. King Dingaling says, do you think Uncle Howie will ever preview the Wick tease figure from Ballerina, maybe preview it in May or July? Oh, well, I like to think that Howie Claus loves me and wants me to be happy, and there's really no rhyme or reason to the way he does it. And I'll be honest, kind of surprised me that he dropped Batman and Robin on the same day. I always feel like Howie's the kind of enigma wrapped in a riddle that would drop Robin and then 3 months later drop Batman. So I still hope that that it looked like an artisan John Wick from Ballerina. I still hope that's coming. I would hope that the interest and the numbers for John Wick Chapter 1, I'm hoping they're good to make them see there's still a lot of interest in that line. I know I would be down for that. God, I'd be down for a 2.0 of the Chapter 2 John Wick. So I hope so. I mean, I lost all faith that we were getting the Ballerina because, I mean, that was... When did that movie come out? I feel like that movie came out in May and they showed it to us in, like, October, November. So, I mean, fingers crossed. It's Keanu. He loves Keanu, apparently, right? Mitchell Lawrence, good afternoon from the other side of the pond and a similar flag. Well, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well, Mitchell. Someone who's not from the UK, Laura, good morning, folks. Hello to you, Laura. Hope you're doing well. Mitchell says, I'm interested in the Conan. Yeah, we're going to talk about Conan in a second because it's a shame. I was hoping we would have seen more pictures from the Toy Fair. I think it's in Germany, but nothing else was posted before I came live. So I've got what I could, and we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat about some of the Kaustic Plastic stuff. Oh, AJ says, I actually saw a new in-box Crow figure last year at my local con. If it wasn't for the pleather issues, I would probably have snagged it. Yeah, I feel like it's probably hard to do, but I feel like if you could find that sculpt loose, that would be amazing. Like, you could then get just the sculpted Kaustic Plastic one and upgrade it because, boy, they did not do a great job with the sculpted hair on the Crow, which is such a shame because the rooted hair looks really nice, but the sculpted one is not there for me. Laura says, I'm cold, but otherwise good. And yes, not from the UK. Yeah, we learnt that. We learnt that a few weeks back. So Kaustic Plastic, I had no idea they were part of Infinite Statue and Collectibles. So if you're wanting to buy from pop culture, don't look up Kaustic Plastic because nothing's going to come up. You need to look up Infinite, as I discovered this week when I was trying to see if they were stocking the Maestro, however you pronounce it, line. Conan the Barbarian. Look, it's not just Helen that's not good at posing the eyes, everyone. I said that to cousin Anthony. I'm impressed. I know we didn't get a lot of pictures of the figure. They seem to really want to give us a lot of pictures of the diorama and, like, the cauldrons with the flames. You do you, Kaustic Plastic. I'm very impressed with what we're seeing so far with this head sculpt. Like, you look at that photo on the right, I see Arnie. I see him. I know who that is. I think the hair looks really nice. We've got a really big, beefy, seamless body. This looks the part for me. How that rolling eye mechanism is going to work, I'm not entirely sure because, you know, I do get a bit nervous about the combo of rolling eyes and rooted hair. So hopefully the mechanism through which you adjust this will be nice. But I have to say, like, I feel like Kaustic Plastic is becoming a bit of a brand to watch this year because we saw the Crow figure, which it's interesting because I talked a bit about the pricing last week and I said, gee, the pricing is getting up there. And I think it was Akira that was like, no, the pricing's not getting up there. It's like a little bit. It's like a lot. And I guess for me, I can only sense check the pricing to what I'm used to in Australia. So pretty standard Hot Toys figure, like if you're talking about like a John Wick, that's probably going to be about 500 Australian dollars with the sculpted hair. And I've just got my notes from last week. So the standard sculpted Kaustic Plastic Crow was 531. So for me, I'm like, that's not ostentatious. I understand to some people in other currencies, they might have been quite a price hike. But again, I look at the exclusive version of the Crow, and that was about 1,120 Australian dollars. Like the exclusive Artisan Black Widow, which, let's be honest, does not have many accessories, particularly not compared to that Crow figure. That's $1,000 here. So I feel like Kaustic Plastic, as I said, I feel like they're becoming a company to watch. I feel like they've picked some pretty strong IPs as far as popularity and nostalgia, and I think nostalgia does play a big part in this hobby. But I feel like the packages they're giving us are really quite impressive. Like the effort they're going into with the accessories, the likenesses are looking really good. I'm impressed, and I like that they've come out and they're not doing the same things that everyone else is doing. So the 3 IPs they've announced so far from the Maestro line is The Crow, Conan the Barbarian, and Labyrinth. So I'm quite keen to see, I know we're probably not going to see any production figures until next year, but I'm keen to see how they keep this momentum up. What other IPs are they going to get? They've already talked a bit about the eyes and the technology they're bringing in as far as the eyes. And I did think there was photos of that Crow figure that looks like movie stills. Like there was a lot of realism there. So I'm keen to see what else they do, because I think there's so many areas that have been untouched, particularly some of those classic movies, 70s, 80s, 90s. I think there's so much they could do. So I'm very interested to see what else they come up with. And I'm hoping we get some more images from this toy fair. I'm guessing it's happening over the weekend. So hopefully we get a few more pictures there. But as I said, I saw this Conan. I straight away knew who this was super impressed. So yeah, I mean, Caustic Plastic, who knew? Who knew? And then, of course, we saw some images from Labyrinth. And it's interesting because with, is it Jareth? They showed the figure from behind. And people asked the question, because this photo on the left was the early photos that they showed. And there was quite a few people that debated, I don't think it looks like Bowie. You've got to fix the likeness, blah, blah, blah. So then they posted this picture on the right. And the question came up. And I have to say, I've been impressed. Caustic Plastic are pretty responsive on their social media. Like, I could see them replying to a lot of comments on their posts. So someone asked the question. They said, where's the head sculpt? Has it been updated? And they said, it's completely different now. So they did post a little video from the toy fair where you saw it for a second. I was not skilled enough to get a great screen capture of it. So this is where I'm hoping that across the weekend, maybe we get some pictures to see how this figure has evolved over time. But they've talked about the fact they have totally redone the head sculpt. So I'm eager to see how that looks. And then again, I think, we talk about the breadth of accessories they're doing. They kind of showed these characters from Labyrinth as well, because who doesn't want a creepy looking baby in their collection? And I get the impression that these are going to be part of like an exclusive, is it Jareth figure? But even looking at is it Hoggle? Like, I was like, there's realism there. There's some really great detail. I mean, the babies, I find the baby a bit freaky, but I'm looking at these figures overall, and as I said, I'm pretty impressed with the quality that we're seeing. If the production versions are close to this, I definitely feel like we might have another company to watch in 6 scale. And as I said, I love that they're not doing the same IPs as everyone else. And you know what? Let's give them a round of applause for not making another purple coat Joker or thing or Harry Potter or something that no one else really needs. So thank you, Caustic Plastic. Thank you for doing something a little bit different. Mitchell says, Hoggies looks great. Is it Hoggy or Hoggle? Am I saying it? I'm probably saying it wrong because, that's me. No, I think it says Hoggle on that. We've got the Goblin Soldier. We've got the Toby. So as I said, my interpretation of this was that because these look like they'd be quite small little figures, I feel like you would get this in a pack, because in that video where they really didn't want to show you much of Jareth, it looked like there was a nice diorama piece that was coming with it, and those characters were on it. So I feel like you're going to get, like with the Crow, where you're getting the nice diorama, the gravestones, all the different accessories, the chair. I feel like this is what you're getting potentially as an exclusive or some kind of deluxe pack. So I'm keen to see what the SKUs are How many SKUs are they going to be like the Crow, where, 4 different SKUs? Is that going to be the standard? Will they sort of refine that down over time? I'll be very interested to see how they go with it. Mitchell says they did say they're waiting for approval from the licensor on the new sculpt, which is why they couldn't show it. You could see it for like a flash second in their video, but it was like a portrait video. And as I say, it was such a split second that I was like, this is difficult to capture. But you did get a nice look at, I think, what the complete set would be with the diorama, with these figures, with Jareth. As I said, I was just, impressed with how much they're giving people. AJ says, I totally agree. Different is nice. I think so too. And it's funny because I feel like it's a double-edged sword, because some people are like, oh, do something different. And then when they do something different, like Hot Toys, it's like, no, not that different thing, the different thing that I want. So, as I said, I feel like these kind of older, classic, nostalgic movies, I think you're going to find a market for them. I think that, it's the 40th anniversary of Labyrinth, so it's been around for a while. So, as I said, I'm keen to see what else they do, because I just, really impressed with what they're giving people so far. That Crow is tempting me, and as I said, I don't know if it's because I need it or because I just need to buy something. Ermin's here. Sister, I made it to your live. Well, thank you. How are you? I just assume you're always at the gym on a Friday, which is fine. Be at the gym, because you can be at the gym for both of us, because Lord knows I'm not at the gym on any day. Caustic Plastic. As I said, one to watch in 2026, and hopefully when we get these releases, we'll get some good stuff. Speaking of do different things and then people don't like the different things, K-pop Demon Hunters. Look, I have not seen it. I know you're all shocked. I know Costa has seen it. He seems to really enjoy it. I think it's a TV show that then had a movie. Very popular. And I mean, for me, I can understand Hot Toys going into lines like this and League of Legends. And as I said, I can appreciate the diversity even when it's not for me. And I have no problem with them doing things like this. I think it was the biggest movie of last year. So I can understand them wanting to try to get into the merch for this, because Lord knows if you make one good movie, they're going to make you do a whole series of them. So why not get rolling with the K-pop Demon Hunters? Oh, just a movie. Okay, thanks for that. I thought there was a TV show as well, but there you go. It'll be great if they do, oh God, I'm not going to be able to pronounce these. Arceus and Ludo from Labyrinth. I guess maybe it depends how well the Jareth goes, and maybe down the line. And I think that will be interesting, because I think that's a lot of questions people have with some of these new companies, is when they start a line. I'll go back because it looks odd to be talking about that with the K-pop Demon Hunters. People want to know, like, how deep are you going? And I think that's one of the things that have frustrated people with InArt. Like, some people didn't get Harry Potter because they were like, well, am I getting other figures? And now knowing how big the line is, frustration for some people that got sculpted hair, that now Hermione was just rooted. So I think people would like to get that sense. And I mean, I'll be honest, like, is there 1,000 companies knocking down the door to Labyrinth figures? I wouldn't have thought so. So I do hope they give people an indication of, is it going to be like with these lines one and done, or will they build out sets over time? And I guess that's a bit dependent on the IPs and how strong the lineups are. Because from the Crow, I can understand that just being the Eric Draven figure from Conan, I can kind of get them just doing Conan, but from other movies that have a bit more of an ensemble cast, it will be interesting to see what approach they do take. But also because the price is up there as well. So it'll be interesting whether they do sort of other companion pieces, or whether they feel like at the price it's going to be harder to everyone who buys this is going to then buy other characters. Would be interesting. Next, Totally Spies. I don't know what that means. Oh my God, I just finished 5 hours ago. Recently, I go to the gym a little early so I can sleep early. I've pre-ordered the Clooney Batman. Me too. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Are you going to say hi or are you just going to meow to me? Okay. Thank you, Shuri. Keith says, my 8-year-old daughter loves the movie and walks around the house singing the songs. The songs are being played on the top 40 radio stations. It's funny, Keith. The singers are coming to sing at a sporting event in Perth soon. So we have our women's soccer team is called the Matildas, because what else would you call them? And the 3 singers from K-pop Demon Hunters are singing before their, I think it's like an Asia Cup football game in little old Perth. So there you go. I was like, interesting timing, because Howie Claus has just announced the K-pop Demon Hunters. What a treat. Toy Collector says, I would like these. My daughter would too, but all 3 would be pricey. Nice that Pop Culture bundles all 3 for a small discount, but still. Yeah, I did notice that because they were pretty quick to list them on their website. Normally when Hot Toys announces something, you're right there, mate. You done? I don't know if you guys could hear Shuri shredding on her scratcher, but it was loud. They were pretty quick to list them on their website, and I did click through and thought it was good to see them putting them as a bundle. If you have reward points, you can stack that on top and get a further 10% off. So I think probably smart play from them to bundle them together. But yeah, it's a lot. I think it was like, even if you got the 10% off, I still think you were looking at about 1,000 Australian dollars, which is what, $650 American? 1,000 Australians, probably 850 to 900 Canadian. It's up there. It's up there. Totally Spies is a cartoon with 3 girls. Okay, well, I have no idea because I don't watch anything. Keith says, if the K-pop figures were released today, I'd probably get them to have a nice connection with my daughter. But who knows what she'll be into by the time it's released 18 months from now. Look, A, true, but B, as I said, Keith, I can't think they will not pump out some kind of sequel or whatnot, because any movie that performs well, look at the Joker. They were like, nope, 1 movie, we're done. And they came back for a sequel. I feel like it's very odd to not get a sequel. So I can't think we're not seeing these ladies again at some point. I'm going to talk about them as a collective. I hope that doesn't upset people. If it does, I'm sorry. We've got a lot of newsy news this week. Howie Claus went crazy with 9 announcements and releases. We've got a lot of newsy news. So we've got the K-pop Demon Hunters. They've all got their own, are they little things of ramen with their names on them? I'd love a pot of ramen with my name on it. So we've got Mira, we've got Zoe, we've got Rumi. And I think whether these are for you or not, I think there's still some features that I find very encouraging. So I'm very happy to see seamless silicone bodies here, because we saw with old mate Luffy, he did not get the luxury of seamless silicone body, and Lord knows there was not much to his outfit. So you've got all these jointed arms and legs that you're then trying to conceal with poses and effects. So I do like the fact that aesthetically you've got the seamless bodies. How they'll hold up is always anyone's guess, but I do like that they've gone down that route. To me, I think they look nice. Am I up with 100% what they should look like? No. I did see people complaining about the likeness, because is it a Hot Toys release? No, it's not a Hot Toys release if someone's not complaining about the likeness. But I loved it. I love the fact that you get them with a range of weapons, but then you get them with a range of just other accessories like phones and microphones and things like that. I'm guessing they're teenagers in this movie. The outfits look really vibrant. They look well done to me. I think this would really stand out in a display. I think anything that has these kinds of colors and patterns will likely look pretty good. So, as I said, I can understand them doing it. I think it looks like a nice set. 100% not for me, but I am keen to know, is anybody interested in this for their collection? So not for potentially, I'd get this for my kids, whatever. Because again, I'm not up with this, and I'll be keen to hear from Costa tomorrow on Two Greek Geek, because I know he watched the movie, enjoyed the movie. Costa's quite into anime, whereas I've never really watched any of it. You're all shocked, I know. So I'd be keen to know his thoughts and whether he is planning on getting the K-pop Demon Hunters, because again, 3 figures is a pretty decent financial commitment. So I can understand for some people it may be, I liked the movie, but I don't feel like I need the merch. And I feel like I fall into that camp quite a bit. There's a lot of movies, even TV shows that I can appreciate, but I don't always necessarily need to buy a figure from them. And again, here's how they look together. I think they look really nice as a group. You can have them, I guess, in their singing get-up, in their fighting get-up. There's a lot you can do. We've got Tremble Dust. Hey, people, hello to you. Keith says, yeah, K-pop sequels, plurals, has been announced and in the works. It's a huge moneymaker. Yeah, I as I said, I don't think they don't ride the popularity wave. So maybe your daughter will still be into them by then. It'll be interesting. If I'm still streaming, it will be interesting to have that conversation. Where am I up to? Sister, have you watched Raphael test footage from John Likens? No, I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. I have not seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. Historian artwork is back. Hello. Hi, Helen. Probably will get these for my daughter. Well, she's a very lucky girl. Tremble Dust says K-pop things look good. What's to complain about the likeness? No, I did. I think it was on the Mira. Someone was complaining about the likeness, and I was like, wow, Hot Toys collectors will find something to complain about for just about every release, bless their hearts. Keith says, I'm shocked that Hot Toys actually announced the complete group band at the same time. I figured they would have announced 1 or 2 of them. Agreed. Like, we're going to, and not even the obvious one. Like, when I Googled, I think it was Rumi is like the lead character or the lead singer. I don't know. That's what Google told me. If I'm wrong, take it up with Google. And I could see a world where they were like, here's Zoe and here's Mira, and 9 months later, here's Rumi. So you know what? Like, Howie Claus deserves some applause as well, because, you know, he announced these 3 together and he released Batman and Robin together. So Howie Claus, we love you. We love you. Howie Claus loves us and wants us to be happy, folks. No more Thunderbolts, though. You're just getting Yelena. Make complete teams. Not but I appreciate the art. Yeah, I think as well. I think you can appreciate it and it cannot be your thing. I appreciate the art, not anime, just animated movie, K-pop demons, seeing too many people make that error. Okay, it's not anime. Okay, my apologies. Costa is still very into anime, though. But thank you. I did not know that. Raymond says, no interest, love the song Golden, but don't know it apart from that. Even if I did, the anime wouldn't fit my movie collection. That's my other thing. It's like, what fits your collection? Because even going back to something like The Crow, I was having this conversation with Bob where I was like, my display doesn't really have a lot of just solo figure displays. It's more ensemble. So what are you collecting? Can you accommodate these things? Sometimes you can't. So again, that's where I'm like, I can enjoy a lot of things and then not feel like I then need to commit to the collectibles. If it wasn't for my daughter, probably not. Wednesday was difficult, though, that I wanted for me. She's in stock at Pop Culture. Shh. I'm an enabler. I don't know if you guys can really hear me when I whisper, but anyway. Not for my collection, just doesn't fit. That's absolutely fair enough. What's more likely, Helen getting K-pop figures or Star Wars figures? Look, if Howie Claus wants to drop me a Neon Tech BB-8, I'm in. I'm buying Neon Tech BB-8. God, I think neither is really likely. But as I said, Neon Tech BB-8, if they want to make it. Yes, Rumi's the main character. Thank you, Google. Google did not let me down in this endeavor. Tremble Dust says movie for me was a surprise, but hope they don't ruin it with rush sequels. I mean, they tend to ruin things with rush sequels, so I hope not, but it's all about the monies. Justice for Wong, justice for Koya, Mr. Chan. Oh my god, yes. I still want an Okoye so much, guys. She's been in so many things, Howie. So's Wong. One day, right? Akira's here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Akira. Hope you're doing well. Oh my god, Laura, is that creepy? I listen with earbuds, so when you whisper, it sounds like you're whispering directly in my ear. Oh my god, I never considered that. I'm sorry. I always figure, as I said, in my mind, I have this view that people watch me on their phones when they're working from home. And then people were like, I watch you on my gigantic television. And I'm like, why would you do that? So I'm glad I'm small for most of the stream. But yeah, if that is creepy, tell me, and I will endeavor to stop doing it, because I never even considered that. I'd honestly be concerned if I wanted these figures for myself. Well, I mean, I don't judge. I think Bob Dylan needs to commission a customizer to make Helen a nanotech BB-8. It's so funny. Back in the Collectors Unite days, when Joao was playing around with AI, and he made that AI theme song that I actually really liked. I liked our theme song for the show, but everyone seemed to not like. He AI'd a Neontech BB-8 picture, and I was at work, and he just sent it to me, and he was like, so, Ellen, you're in trouble now. And I legitimately for a second thought, oh my God, is this like a teaser photo for Neontech BB-8? And then I realized he was on his little AI bender and that it was not a teaser for BB-8. But look, as I said, I'm putting it out there into the universe if Howie Claus does it, but I'm only buying it if I can buy it on its own. If he bundles that up with Neontech someone else, no. Just BB-8, just Neontech. No one else. I need 2 seconds and I'll be back. Broke Collector says, and whispering, she's in stock at pop culture. Pulp culture. I'm an enabler. Well, pop culture, it probably sounded like pulp culture given my accent and how I mumble, but that is exactly what I said. That is exactly what I said. Would you buy a Blade 1 figure? No, it doesn't fit into my collection, and I am not starting new lines. I've said this a million times, so apologies for people who've heard this a million times. I feel like I want to change up my display cabinets, and I'm kind of at capacity now, so all my pre-orders are things that go into existing lines. I'm not starting anything new till I work out this space. So no new IPs or characters for Helen right now. Laura says, I haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters, so these figures aren't for me, but they seem similar to me to the Arcane figures, and I love that show. Those figures tempted me, but they don't fit my collection at all. We'll talk about, is it Jinx? Not JND, who made my lovely Ra's al Ghul sculpt. Did you see my photos on Instagram, everyone? Little updates. That Ra's al Ghul figure now looks so much better. I love it. Jim Collector's here. Hey, gang. Hello, Jim. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. So the K-pop Demon Hunters, as I say, look nice, not for everyone, but I like that Hot Toys is doing some different stuff. Even if it's not for me, I like that they're branching out, doing a little bit more variety. So taking a quick look at each of the K-pop Demon Hunters, what they come with. So separate rolling eyes, interchangeable face sculpt. What a treat. Seamless silicone body, which again, I think is a great decision given the outfits. You've got the phone, the microphone. I'm guessing that's a pen. Ramen, a diary, cool outfit, some funky looking sneakers and some jewelry. And I love these character backdrops. I think they're very cool. I think you can build quite a nice little display if you had all three of them with their character backdrop. So that is Zoe. Then we've got Mira. So same. We've got interchangeable face sculpt, the rolling eyes, seamless body. Again, I really like these backdrops. I think they're really cool. She's got some kind of blade weapon there, microphone, whatnot, her cup of ramen. I really wish I had some ramen. I'm hungry. Not that anyone cares. And then Rumi. So again, interchangeable face sculpt, the rolling eyes, all that good stuff. As I said, I wish they'd given us a picture with the three of them with the backdrops. I think that would have been nice to see. But yeah, as I said, I think these figures look pretty interesting. No love for BB9E Dark BB8. I didn't even know that was a thing, so I cannot love something that I don't know exists. Finally watched this film this week, really enjoyed it. Those songs are insanely catchy. Yeah, I can imagine. I know like a lot of these animated movies and whatnot, they tend to do a really great job with the music, and particularly like original songs and stuff like that. Like, I feel sorry for friends of mine that were parents and had kids that were addicted to Frozen and had to listen to all the Frozen songs. So I can imagine there's some parents having to listen to these K-pop Demon Hunter songs over and over again. So we got to keep moving because a lot of newsy news. Oh, Star Wars in 60 seconds. What a treat. What a treat. It's everybody's favorite segment on this stream, no doubt. I really had hoped that this was going to be a Star Wars free week, but Howie Claus was like, no, Helen, because I am Howie Claus and I love everyone and I want them to be happy, so I'm going to give them some Star Wars Trekgate, whatever. So I said, fine, Howie, and I debated, do I include it, do I not include it? And then I said, no, I made a commitment, and that commitment is Star Wars in 60 seconds. So you know how it rolls. If you're new here, you may not engage after this. So before you go, please hit the like button. There's 40 people in the chat. Do I have 40 likes? I don't know. I hope so. If you're a Star Wars fan, maybe drop the like and then depart before I upset you greatly. I struggle to say this character's name. I always want to say Plo Koon. It's Plo Koon. The second word is kind of a derogatory term in Australia, and I don't know if that's why I never say it correctly, but if I call it Plo Koon, I'm sorry. That's just what it has stuck in my head as. But the fact we're talking about this is a miracle in and of itself. The best part of the show. I mean, I agree, because we get it over and done with. Can we do it in 30 seconds? No, because then people get upset. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. As I said, as I always do, my ring light's in a horrible spot where you can't see the timer, but we're putting 60 seconds on the clock. I'm going to talk about this guy. Let's see how it goes, right? I'll bless myself. Star Wars in 60 seconds now. This week, Howie decided to give us Plo Koon. And if you know me, you know I don't know what a Plo Koon is, but apparently he's really good friends with this Star Wars glowworm character. So isn't that a bit of fun? So I actually decided to engage with ChatGPT to do what I think is called an acoustic poem. And I feel like I see these in American movies all the time, where they use the first letter of the letters of each person in someone's name to describe that person. So this is what ChatGPT and I came up with as an acoustic poem for Plo Koon. P is for the principled path he walks. L is for his luminous, quiet presence. O is for his objectivity. He sees truth clearly, unclouded by fear. K is for keeper, a guardian of the ancient ways. O is for order-bound, loyal to the Jedi Order. O is for observant. He listens more than he speaks and senses what others overlook. N is for neutral, the calm center he holds when the galaxy tilts towards chaos. I went over because I stuttered in the middle of that. That's this guy in 60 seconds with some help from ChatGPT, my new friend. I always think of like, as I say, those American TV shows where it's like, it's Mother's Day and my mum's name is Teresa and it's T is for, H is for. So that's why I thought I would do a little poem for this guy because I don't know who or what he is. Sorry, if you're new here, that's how I roll. Historian Artwork says, in your defense, Plo Koon really only needs 60 seconds. That's more screen time than he actually got. See, and things like that enrage me because I remember once they made a figure of a Star Wars character that someone said didn't even have lines. And I was like, are we getting no dialogue Star Wars characters before we get Okoye or Wong? Because that's just Wong. That's wrong. Don't do it, Howie. Don't do it. Some people tune in for 2 hours just to hear these 60 seconds. Well, I mean, do they? Do they? I got a laugh. I'll take that. Oh God, Ras 20 Tenable. Hello. Jedi robes look awesome. Sure. I could never say this. I was going to say Plo Koon. Plo Koon looks nice, but also quite expensive for what it is. Next to Kit Fisto, he looks a bit too short. Could be accurate, but looks weird next to each other. Is he the glowworm? Plonker the Jedi. I mean, I know what a plonker is. Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you. It took a few goes to the prompting, but I feel like ChatGPT and I got there. Well, Plo Koon is Clone Wars cartoon quite a lot. Oh, is in. Okay. I don't know. To be fair, this has been longer than 60 seconds of Star Wars discussion already. Yeah, I know. Let's move on, hey? Why are we entertaining this guy for a second longer? Look, we're not going to talk about Stitch for long, but I did want to include Stitch because he's super cute. And I mentioned at the time, but when I went to Hong Kong, my God, Stitch was everywhere. I feel like any shop that had any kind of plush toy or collectible figure, there was a ton of Stitch stuff. So I thought we'd give the guy a few seconds. He's super cute. I saw someone complain that they changed the fur and it now looks bad. So people really will find something to complain about for any Hot Toys figure. But I think it's cute. I think he's cute. I take this over Grogu in a bag. I'd much rather have Stitch than Grogu in a satchel because that's just silly. It's Australian 60 seconds. I mean, I apologize for stuttering over my words. I feel like I try to deliver that in 60 seconds. And I tripped over myself because I was trying to explain the acoustic poem, which was silly. I won't do that in future. AJ says, I've got the, oh God, there's another one. I've got the old sideshow Plo Koon. Oh my God, you've caught my disease. And he looks great as long as he's on a stand. So I'm actually good on this one. Well, I mean, I don't think you need two Plo Koons. I have to really think about saying his name because I want to say clone. This actually looks impressive in Justin's video. It looks impressive in the photos as well. Look at him. He's so cute. Little rascal. Never saw either versions of the movie, but the fig looks good. Stitch is like a whole, like, even at like Powergate and Secret Base, they had so many Stitch figures, and then Stitch, like Stitch times Marvel or Stitch X Marvel. Little guy was everywhere. I knew he was popular, but I didn't realize he was that popular. Dr. Nose here. Hi, Shuri, Helen, and fellow collectors. Hope everyone is good. I bought Stitch for my sister. It looks great, and the pics make me smile. Oh, you're such a nice, I'm assuming, brother. You know what? My brother would never buy me a gift that well, so you get some applause as well. I don't know. I just assume most people are men, so if you're not a man, I'm so sorry. But the sentiment is there. I can never, the last time my brother got me a gift, don't know, probably never happened. So, well done you. Yay, good siblings. Costa's here. Kalimera. Kalimera Costa. Oh my God. I was saying before when I was talking about the K-pop Demon Hunters, I was interested to know if you're planning to pick them up because I know you enjoyed the movie. So are you? Or do you want to leave people hanging on a cliffhanger and we can talk about it tomorrow on Two Greek Geeks? Costa got Stitch. He's so cute. Oh my God. Stitch can hang out with Randall. There's an idea. There's a crossover that we need. Stitch and Randall. Gilbert says Stitch looks amazing, but I have no connection to it all. But Hot Toys Disney figures are rare and always sold out. I mean, Disney's a juggernaut. Like, I've got friends who are really into the Disney thing, and like figurines, statues, like there's a lot of stuff. So I could see him being quite a popular little guy. Tremble Dust wants the cliffhanger about Costa and the K-pop Demon Hunters. I mean, we'll see. This looks great, not for me, but again, amazing. There is variety here. I'm with you. I'm down for a bit of variety. Do some different stuff, because again, it makes me laugh. Like, oh, Hot Toys do different things, and then they do different things, and it's like, oh no, who asked for this? Who asked for this? And it's like, not everything has to be for you. Not everything has to be for me. Stuff can be for other people. It's fine. It's fine. K-pop Demon Hunters will be going into the family pop culture living room. Oh, that's cool. Very nice. Justin's video almost sold me on Stitch. Oh, wow. I have no idea how much it costs in Australia. It's probably a bomb. Stitch is a nice representation, but not for me. Yeah, he's cute. Look at him. Cheeky little monkey. So cute. Almost as cute as my little Shuri, who I don't think's coming back. I'm sorry. I wish she'd come and say hello. But anyway, Stitch came out. I think he's super cute. As I said, laughing that someone complained about the fur, but we're Hot Toys collectors. We complain about stuff. Jinx from Arcane, which I believe is part of League of Legends. Super fun fact. What I know about League of Legends is that Christian loved League of Legends and that it's a big deal. Cousin Anthony, I'm pretty sure, loves League of Legends as well. This is definitely not one for me, but again, another one that I can appreciate. So I'm once again, like the K-pop Demon Hunters, really happy to see Hot Toys has gone with the silicone body with this figure, given the outfit. And I'm also really happy to see that they are able to do these tattoos on the silicone bodies. We know that's not always been the case. So when they do it, it makes me happy that they've kind of making that commitment to a character that needs a seamless body that has tattoos. We can pull it off, and that's probably the direction we'll go down. Because if you remember that first Harley Quinn and those horrible jointed knees, we all know. So it's happy to see that they've made these evolutions and that we're getting some better quality products here. Because I think with this kind of outfit, the last thing you want to see is shoulder joints, torso joints, all that. So I'm really happy to see they went this way. She has a couple of head sculpts. So we've got this more serious look and this kind of smiling look, which I liked. It kind of looks a little bit maniacal, which, you know, I think kind of fits a character that has a big shark shaped something or other weapon. And I'm pretty sure her plaits are articulated, which is impressive, sculpted hair. So nice to see little things like that. But as I said, not for me, but again, I can understand the decisions to go down this road of doing these sort of League of Legends figures from Hot Toys. They're big markets, and I think you've got to diversify your collector base. So I think, as I said, I can get around it. It's not for me, but I've got no problem with them making it. No Shuri sightings. Look, she was here for like a few seconds and then she left. She meowed a lot, but I don't feel like her meows are very audible. So I keep hoping she might walk across the desk, but I don't know. She might be in the air conditioning. If she's as smart as I think she is, she's probably in the living room where the air conditioner is, because it is very warm. It's very warm. Jim says, really toying picking this up. Love the show, and now my partner is watching it for the first time. Well, family collectibles, let's go in the family living room, Jim. Just saying. They're Costa's rules. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Trembledust says, looks good, but doesn't fit the collection. I could force it, but no. Oh. Last time I checked on mail. Okay, as I said, I assumed, and I'm like going, well, Doctor could be a man or a woman. I'm assuming. I just thought I'd check. So thank you. Thank you for confirming. I know some are going to complain the legs are not seamless. Let's go. Let's take a look. So I do have these fuller shots of her. I mean, the visible parts of the legs look seamless to me, unless I've missed something. Like maybe there's a knee joint in there. I'm not sure. But like, again, for the aesthetics, when I looked at this, I thought it looked nice. It looked seamless to me. Maybe I am wrong, so apologies if I am. But as I said, like, I think it looks cool. She's got some cool accessories. The outfit's pretty interesting. I think it's a nice looking figure. Let me close that. See, now this was a take my money situation. Bought it when I saw it. Because is Vi? I'm assuming Vi is how you pronounce it. That's the other character that they announced as well, right? They both looked pretty cool. What's the next figure coming that you have on pre-order? It's probably Batman Returns. Unless So-So Toys, enunciate your words, wants to shock me and actually release one of the 4 things I have on pre-order with them. It'll be Batman Returns, but that's not estimated as coming to the Australian distributor until late March. So I'm still, sadly, a couple months away from my next release. And it's funny because, one moment, please. The cape I bought for Batman Returns has arrived. I have the cape. Shout out, Kit. I bought the Kelly Studio list. Is that how you say it? I bought that cape. It's here. Batman's not here, but when Batman arrives, he has a cape upgrade waiting for him, so that's exciting. Just accessories so far for Helen this year. Yep, Jinx is definitely maniacal. Oh, cool. Well, I think that sculpt captures it really nicely. I'd love to know, what is this shark thing? Is it like a gun, a cannon? What is it? A mascot? I'm intrigued. The seamless bodies for Jinx and Vi, I think I was saying it right. With the tattoos are incredible. Yes. Sorry, I thought you were going to say something else, but I'm pretty sure I've been saying the name correctly. Oh, did people think the name was like Roman numerals? Oh, okay. I think it looks nice. She's seamless. Thank you for confirming. Hot Toys definitely said it's seamless from neck to ankles. I mean, that's how it looked to me. That's why I was like, have I got something wrong? From Hot Toys, as well as newly developed body with seamless design from neck to arms in silicone material. Well, there we go. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate the assist. The knees have joints, but the capri pants hide them well, in my opinion. I do see a possible issue if you bend the knee. No Game of Thrones reference intended. With pants getting caught in the joint. No issue. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. You do need to be careful. It's something I'm always trying to keep an eye out for with figures like Mantis and Scarlet Witch, because you do not want the fabric bunching in there. Vi is the yin to Jinx's yang. Well, there you go. Shuri whispering meow. She can't really say meow, though. She's not a talkative cat, but her meow is not a proper meow. I have to try to get a video of Shuri talking, and I can put that as a member video so the members can see. Well, here, little Shuri. The shark is a rocket launcher. Okay, that's so cool. I was hoping someone would say it was some kind of awesome weapon, so I'm glad to hear it. Are you getting the crow figure from Caustic Plastic? Kit and Giant Toys have it. Pop Culture has it too. At this stage, no. I've been tempted, but I feel like my temptation has come from my current figure drought. So I'm trying not to rush in and pre-order something because I don't have space for new IPs, and I certainly don't have space for standalone figures at this point in time. So I'm tempted, but Dr. No, I was saying earlier that like I saw someone post a picture with the original Hot Toys sculpt, the Sideshow sculpt, and the Caustic Plastic sculpts. I still think that Hot Toys sculpt looks really nice. I think I would take that Hot Toys sculpted hair sculpt over the near Caustic Plastic one. If I could find that and then be able to just get the sculpted Caustic Plastic one, that would be tempting. But I know the ghost of Bob Dylan's like, no, rooted hair, get the rooted hair. I actually saw a video review of the figure and saw the jointed knee, but thanks. Oh, okay. Time will tell when we start getting. I didn't see any. When did this come out? Earlier this week, or maybe there are reviews. I have to be honest. I have not been watching a lot on YouTube lately for many reasons that I won't bore people with. Give me 2 seconds and I'll be back. We're back. Hello. Can I just say, way to repurpose the kid pool couch. I think, if some third-party company wants to recast the kid pool couch, I feel like there's a market for it. Like 6-scale furniture, like chairs, couches, and the like, I think are an amazing accessory. So I'm shocked someone hasn't 3D scanned and mass-produced this kid pool couch. I'm pretty sure this is the kid pool couch. But again, I did have a chuckle, and I thought this looks cool. I did. Would I leave a silicone arm bent like that? Probs not. But hey, it's your figure. You pose it how you feel like it. So yeah, had a chuckle. Pretty sure this is the kid pool couch. If it's not, lol, sorry. The news keeps rolling. Agent Venom, which is from Marvel Comics. And I'm keen to know, hopefully I've got some Venom fans watching either live now or on the replay. So if you are a Venom fan, I'm keen to know. We've had a lot of Venom figures come out. We've had movie Venom figures. We've had comic Venom figures. I think we've had video game Venom figures. Where does this stand? Are people more interested in comic-based figures, video game figures? I feel like the movies weren't all that popular. So I'm keen to know where this stands with people. Is this something that you're like, amazing, I'm getting this, or this is just not the Venom that I need? Because I genuinely, I look at a figure like this and I'm like, I think it looks cool. It looks very visually interesting. I have no sense of whether this is something that people are hanging out for, can't wait to get. So I'm keen to get a bit of feedback from you guys as to what you're thinking about this figure. Is it something that you're excited to get? Is it something that's an easy pass for you? So do make sure that you let me know whether you're watching now or in the replay. Trembledust says, I just so happened to see the review of the Jinx on Toys Lab site. No English, showed off the figure pretty well. I'm losing my words. I'm so sorry. I warned you guys that would happen. I'm doing my best to hang in there. Toys Lab, that's a website? I feel like I probably should know what that is, but as I said, I'm not watching a lot at the moment. Oh, Windman's back. What fun. Well, welcome back. We're glad to have you back. Jim says, I'd say it's the kid pool couch. Kind of wish it came with Jinx as well. I'd be okay with that reuse. I think, as I said, I feel like accessories like that can be used in so many different ways. I'm shocked someone's not done a recast and is pumping that out through some kind of a website. Trembledust says, I was going to get Agent Venom, but said no. I have the 12th scale version. I don't need to have doubles. Oh, Shuri, you agree? No doubles. Okay. Looks great, though. Was not expecting Hot Toys to make this. I like that they're doing stuff from the comic lines. Even the couple of Batman figures we saw, the Killing Joke Joker. As I say, I'm down for them having a bit more variety. Like, I think as well it helps. Are you okay, madame? You're doing your claws. I think it helps as well, like, because let's be honest, we've seen some real lulls with movies and whatnot, whereas I feel like those comics are a little bit more, can be a little bit more universal, and you're not banking on an actor, their likeness, will they be liked? I'm down for it. AJ says, I'm tempted by this one. I really like Agent Venom, but I've already got a small statue of this character, and I'm happy with that for now. You just rolling around singing the song of your people. Winman says, not a Venom guy or Deadpool saves me money. I mean, yeah, I think deciding not to get the Deadpool and Wolverine line has definitely saved me a lot of money. Historian at work. Oh my God, I've been calling you Historian Artwork. Historian at work. I'm so sorry. It's late. What can I say? The purist in me would lean towards the comic book representation, but they have some great stuff out there. Oh, it is a YouTube channel. Okay. Toys Lab. I'm going to make a note of that. I don't know. I get times where I'm really engaged with the YouTube content, and I get times where I get a bit of fatigue. I'm definitely in a bit of a fatigue thing at the moment for many reasons. But as I said, I'm not going to bore you with those. Okay, so there's some interest in Agent Venom. That's good to know. As I say, I like this. You've got, I want to call them, are they tendrils? Are they not tendrils? I know there's a specific word, and I'm sorry if I'm using the wrong word. It's been a long day. I think it looks cool. You've got some different swap out eye lenses. You've got the tendrils, if that's what they're called. I think even some of the spikes can be taken on and off. He's got the spider, which people seem to like about a Venom figure. I think it looks very cool. And I have to say, I think the bloggers did some cool stuff with these photos. These two in particular, I really loved. Like, you know, you've got that flight stand, you've got those tendrils, like, use them to the max. And I think this is where, when I see poses like this, I feel like the figure can be a display in and of itself. So these two photos I really loved. I thought they were very cool photos that showed off some interesting poses that you could do with the figure that, if I'm looking at them, I'm not thinking is going to cause a lot of damage, if any. So that's always a plus because we enjoy cool but safe poses. I would say they're tendrils, okay, because I feel like I called something the wrong thing the other week, and do I promise accuracy on this stream? I don't think I do. I think I just promise that I'll turn up and talk, and then what comes out, who knows? I've been saying someone's username wrong for 3 weeks, so there you go. What's missing from your Batman line? A lot. I mean, my 89 to 97 line is missing Returns Keaton. It's missing Catwoman. It's missing George and Chris. It's missing Bane. I mean, I'm hoping someone will do Poison Ivy and Batgirl. That would be nice. I'd still like a Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. I'd like a licensed Colin Farrell Penguin. What else would I like? I'd like Hot Toys to release the Armory suit as a standalone figure. That'd be a treat. And if someone wants to do a seamless Nurse Joker, that would be fantastic, please and thank you. Winman says, I must say this does look very cool. I agree with you. Blurred Dad Life is here. Hello. Hi, Helen. Have you watched Wonder Man yet? I found it very entertaining, so much that I bought a Mandarin yesterday at my local shop for $100. He looks good with Shang-Chi and Wenwu. Oh, is that a spoiler? I have not seen it. I did see a couple of people comment online that it was very good. I was also told by a work colleague who watched it that is very much a show that benefits from being binge-watched. And I think there's 8 episodes. So maybe in this heat wave, I can get through it. But I've heard good things. So I will endeavor to watch it. I will endeavor to watch it because I'll be honest, when Disney Plus drops things in one go or two goes, Ironheart says hi, my expectations get low because I feel like they're dumping it to move on with it. But as I say, I've heard really good things, so I hope to watch it very soon because otherwise spoilers, lol. If you're talking about the spider legs, or if you're talking about Iron Spider, the legs would be called Waldos. I totally don't understand what that means. Wonder Man is one of the best MCU TV shows so far and so different from anything Marvel has done on TV. Just amazing. Oh, wow. That's a big compliment. I will definitely look to check that out sooner than later then. Renz is here. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Renz. Hope you're doing well. Blurred Dad Life says the episodes are around 30 minutes each, so it's like a long movie. It's a breeze to binge. Okay, that's good to know because my work colleague hadn't mentioned that. So I feel like in the current heat wave, I can probably manage that very soon. Okay, amazing. Thank you. Appreciate that. I saw someone was already in Hot Toys comments, like posting a picture of Wonder Man as the make this. But as we know, Disney Plus figures do not always, or Disney Plus characters do not always get the love from Howie Claus. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But thank you. I will, as I say, I will check it out. 2 ticks. I'm just going to have some water. Wonder how hot it is. I feel like it's still very hot outside. Guys. Did not have this on my bingo card for this week. Did not think Howie Claus would be so logical and lovely as to give us George and Chris together. Because we all know he released Kane and then released John Wick later. So I could have been in a world where we got Chris O'Donnell Robin and we didn't get George Clooney for months later. So Howie Claus, thank you. Chinese New Year Avalanche is here. I'm so keen to see what else we'll get. We've still got, I think it's like around the, I want to say 23rd or 28th of February till Chinese New Year. So this could be a pretty hectic few weeks coming up. Sometimes you get that lull. And then I was even trying to think like 9 announcements and releases in a week. That feels pretty up there. Even when Hot Toys has had some pretty busy weeks, 9? I don't feel like we often get that many. Tremble Dust is just adding 8 episodes. Wonder Man was a cool watch. Don't expect wall-to-wall action. It's more so a buddy comedy with great acting. See, I don't need it to be big action sequence, pow, bing, whatever, punch, shoot. So no, I don't mind. Like I think of I really loved Agatha All Along, and that was certainly not a show like that. I'm totally down for that. I don't need the big action sequence. I'm intrigued now. You guys have got me thinking I need to check this out sooner than later. I guess you have these BNR coming in. Sure do. Will Robin potentially become Bargain Bin? Will both of them potentially become Bargain Bin? Maybe. But I'm building an 89 to 97 line, and this includes George and Chris. I'm going to say off the bat, I think these look amazing. I know these are going to be figures with flaws and limitations, which we'll talk about as we go. So I'm not blindly, Hot Toys, I understand. On the shelf, I think these are going to look really cool. And that's my main thing here. I'm banking on Robin being Bargain Bin. Well, I mean, the Batman Forever Robin is very much Bargain Bin on the pop culture website. I think they look so good together. I thought I had to start with a picture of them together. Let's talk about Robin first, shall we? This head sculpt, I really like. Did I see someone on the Hot Toys announcement complain that it doesn't look anything like Chris O'Donnell? That's the wrong color red. You've ruined my childhood. Yes, of course, people have complained. It just makes me happy that I'm not that person that micro studies every detail of an outfit, because I'm like, looks like Chris O'Donnell to me. That looks like what the suit looks like to me. And you know what? If you're going to get upset about colors being wrong, I feel like the colors on the Batman Forever figure are not all that accurate. So saying that one is better, I don't think they're the right colors. I saw a really interesting video where someone repainted it and made it look fantastic. But anyway, for me, I think this looks like Chris O'Donnell. I also think this is an upgrade because unlike the first sculpt, we are getting the rolling eyes. So we're seeing some improvement with the Chris O'Donnell head sculpt, which I think is really great. I like the overall costume and aesthetic of this version of Robin the most. So I'm really happy that we got him, because I could have pictured a world where they gave us George and not Chris. As I said, I know not perfect figures. You look at that photo on the left and you got to be careful. That suit, when you're posing it, is going to bunch in areas like the shoulder. It's a big bummer. We'd like to not be in that world. I think that's something that sadly comes with an outfit like this. My concern, not so much for me, I'm in a dry climate. I know people that were in a bit more of a humid climate had issues with their Batman Forever figures. The suit became a bit like tacky, sticky feeling. I'm hoping that won't be the case with this, but I think it's something we need to be a little bit aware of. That said, even though it has limited posing capabilities, I still like the look of this. It looks cool. I will find a safe pose to display him with. I think even just standing there, he looks great. I know some people are upset about the cape. The cape's meant to apparently be red on the inside. I did not know that till I read the comments. I saw this movie maybe, 18 months ago? Could not, if you gave me $1 million, what's the color of the inside of the cape, I would have just thought it was black. So again, I don't get as hung up on these things as other people, but hey, they're circus, they're monkeys. To me, I like the way this looks. I really do. I think these are going to be some pretty great looking figures from a pretty average movie. But as I said, I can understand that I think these are not going to be perfect figures at the same time. I do like that this Robin actually comes with accessories. The Batman Forever Robin literally, I think, had some spare hands, and that was it. I did think the cape on the Batman Forever Robin was decent. I don't really know the way it is that you could replace it as such, but it's serviceable. I don't really have a problem with that one. But I do love with him that you're actually getting some accessories. So at the very least, you can have him holding something if you're going for a bit more of a museum pose, and that can add that little bit of visual interest. They're still going with these old school DX style bases with the little lights that don't work. I don't love those. They're a really big footprint that I really don't want to give away when I'm building out such big displays. So I'll be making my own display stands. What I've been doing with my 89 to 97 collection is I've got a tutorial on how I make my display stands on my channel if you want to look at it. But I'm just going very simple with an outline of the Batman logo. And then for each movie, the outline is a different color. So for 89 Batman, it's yellow. For Returns, I'll do silver or white. For Batman Forever, it's half green, half purple. And then for Batman Forever, and then for Batman and Robin, I will do red. And that way they'll be uniform, but have that little point of difference for each movie. And I use the old school oval display bases, which do save a lot of space in a collection. And they're actually pretty cheap to do. Oh my God, I forgot to bring this up. Those cod pieces look undersized. Yes, the proportions have improved on Robin. to bring that up. I mean, the accuracy's improved. I don't care what people say about the sculpt and, that red should be more pink. They've got the crotch right, and the bat nipples are there. That's the main thing, right? That's the main thing. Blurred Dad Life says, I'm debating about Batman and Robin. I'm already wanting to let go of my So-So Mr. Ice. Oh, that's interesting. I do like that So-So Mr. Ice, and I was originally bummed about missing out on it. But then the Hot Toys Mr. Freeze is pretty epic. So if you are letting go of it because you're getting Mr. Freeze, I can understand. But you could make them look cool together. I don't know. The ice couch is pretty cool. At least they have something to complain about. Oh, Hot Toys collectors always find something to complain about. It's like their number one thing. I've not yet told Ashley these figures have been released. I may have to make 2 unplanned purchases soon. Oh wow. Is Mrs. Ashley a fan? Because I know she likes the Raimi Spider-Man, but George and Chris, as I say, I think these look so cool. The movie's horrible, but these figures look amazing. I'm movie accurate blind and it feels so freeing. Oh my God, it's so true, Costa. Seriously, like, people get so hung up on things, and unless it's something glaring, like the suit is black and yellow, where you're like, hey, man, it's red. But, like, the shade of red and little things like that, I'm like, Gandalf's pant prints, all this stuff where I'm like, I'm so glad that I'm just like, does it look cool? Do I like it? Do I think it looks like the thing? It does. Amazing. Let's go. How much are these bat figures? Winman, I can only talk in dollary dues. I'm pretty sure these are 500 Australian at Pop Culture. I'm guessing that probably puts them around the 300 mark at Sideshow, maybe 3 to 330, because there is a markup between Sideshow and Pop Culture. So I'm guessing, as I say, I can only speak to dollary do prices. I'm so with you, Costa. I can't nitpick to that level. It's really it's amazing. Like, I remember someone complaining about the nose on a Christian Bale sculpt, like, having the wrong arch. Like, it's 3 degrees out. I was like, I'm sorry. No, I'm not interested in this. Oh my God, yeah, her biggest fandom is Batman 89 and anything from the 90s movies. So yes, may have been why I'm waiting on returns from Pop Culture too. Oh, cool. Did you get the standard or the deluxe? So yeah, I had hoped that Batman Returns was going to come in their January shipment, but unfortunately it didn't. So now the Australian distributor is saying the 31st of March. However, some people have been speculating that we should get a delivery in February. So I'm hoping maybe we'll get returns in February, but I feel like might not be that lucky. So yeah, it might not be till the end of March that we get invoices, but I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for returns. Ace McLeod is here. 300 for each figure is too much for these, as being close to a statue due to suit restriction. These figures back in the day would cost $250 USD. Look, back in the day, I was buying figures for 300 AUD. I wish we could go back to those days. I'll give them $70 for Robin and half of my lunch sandwich final offer. What kind of sandwich? With bacon? I got the deluxe. Well played. That Keaton head sculpt is amazing. I love that diorama base. I can't wait to get mine. I know some people have had issues with it. I don't really plan to pose mine a lot. I'm going to swap the cape and I think I'll be done at that point. But yeah, I'm super excited to get him. So as I said, nice to get some accessories with Robin. That stand is going to stay in the box. I have no interest in that. And Hot Toys, like, seriously, the stands with the lights that don't work, like, I'd love to know the story of, like, did y'all just bulk buy these to the point that you keep running with them because we bought 1,000,000 of them? We just got to use them. Because all of them, like, you've got the 89 Batman, the Joker, you've got the Kilmer and the first Robin figure, all have those honking big bases. I'm just not a fan of how big they are. Blurred Dad Life says, my Batman return should be arriving next week. Just hoping for no suit issues. Me too. I know Carlos got his last week and the suit was all good. So I've got my fingers crossed for everyone that there's no issues with theirs. But since I got a large-scale enterprise, I may need to find a spot for some kind of Batmobile. Oh, I already saw people were hitting up Jazz Inc. for the 97 Batmobile, because I think that's the only one they haven't done from those early movies. I love my Batmobile, but that may not be the Batmobile that you're looking for. Natalie Harris is here. Hiya, Helen. A rainy afternoon. I've got Batman Returns Deluxe. Love the figure. Oh, nice. Jealous. I'm jealous on two fronts. It's the start of a heat wave here. It's very hot. 37 degrees today, and going to be 37 degrees for plus for the foreseeable future. So jealous of your cooler weather and jealous that you got Batman Returns, because I was saying, his replacement cape is here. Studio Kelly Litz. Thank you, 16 Kit. Bought it from him. Not sponsored, just a fan. But I'm still probably 2 months away. So, Winman. Oh my goodness. Winman42 became a YouTube member. That deserves some applause. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We wanted, that was background music. We want applause. Thank you. Appreciate. I'll have to add you to my screen at the start of the stream. That's exciting. I love adding a new name. I've got no suit problem. Amazing. I'm glad to hear it. And this is where it's interesting, because I've always been a bit not in a rush for early batch figures, because sometimes there's problems. And they do resolve them in later batches. And I've used a lot of examples with that. So, yeah, this is where I'm like, on some counts, it pays to wait. But I'm happy for everyone who's got one without problems. And if you got one with problems, I hope you're able to get those rectified. Give me that tea kettle sound. I mean, do you want another one? Do you want me to do it? I'll do it again. Is it a tea kettle? Is it bacon cooking? Who knows? They call it applause intense, is what they call it in the StreamYard. So let's keep going. The newsy news. We're actually going at a very good pace. I'm shocked. I thought I was going to be here till 3 a.m. Georgie boy. Is this the worst live action Batman? Maybe. Am I overhyped for this? Yes. Why am I so hyped for this? I think because it's helping me build out this display. So I think if you'd even asked me like 2 or 3 years ago, I'd be like, no, don't be silly. I don't want this. But here I am buying him, very excited. So he comes with some swap out faceplates, which is nice. So we get this expression with the open mouth, and then we get this one with the with closed mouth. So you've got your options there. And you know what? Like, nice to get a front-on photo of a sculpt. I feel like a lot of the times we don't get that with these blogger pictures. So I am happy to just see a front-on. This is the head sculpt. This is the more neutral portrait. We can see the eyes. We can see the sort of eye makeup that they're doing on the sculpt. I think it looks cool. I do like Kinder Toys. I feel like they do some really nice blogger photos. Tea is the best drink of the day, Helen. Oh, I love tea. I'm a big tea fan. When I'm in a heat wave, though, the teas are iced because it's heat wave. Thank you, Doctor. I hit the like button. I mean, I got 47 people watching. I hope I have 47 likes. So if you're hanging out with me, drop me a like. It's free. I'll tell little Shuri later that you liked, and she'll be so happy with you. Welcome to the party, Windman42. I know we have videos of Shuri, and I want to at some stage do some like paid channel member like giveaways and stuff. Because I appreciate you guys supporting my channel, so I need to do something. But maybe we'll get a video of little Shuri talking, or if you are a channel member, let me know if there's specific perks that you want. I know what some people do of, it's a Facebook group, but I'm like, there's 1,000 Facebook groups. I don't think anybody wants another Facebook group. So yeah, let me know. I'm open. Keith asked for virtual pats with Shuri, and I delivered. So I feel like my strike rate is pretty good actioning the suggestions. Yeah, hit the like button. It's free. I don't care what anyone says. Clooney's Batman is one of my childhood Batman after Keaton and Kilmer. That's fair enough. I think he is for a lot of people. Helen, I know it was a ways back, but I forgot to ask, are you getting the Conan by Caustic? I am not, no. There's no new lines for Helen until we sort out this room. But no, not one for me. And particularly, I don't really have a lot of standalone figures because I don't really know where or how I would display them. But I can appreciate it. I think it's a really great likeness to Arnold. I think they've done a really nice job with it. And yeah, I'm really keen to see what the production looks like, because if it's close, I think we've got an interesting company to keep an eye out for. Let's talk about Georgie Boy. So as I said, we've got the open mouth plate, or the closed mouth plate. I hope these photos look okay. For some reason, they look a little bit pixely on my screen, so I hope they look okay to you guys. And then we've got these photos. Look, I do like these photos on the grey backgrounds because I feel like you get a nice look at the suit. I did like they had some really cool blogger photos with some different lights shining on the suit, which I thought looked really cool and kind of reminded me a bit of the aesthetic of the movie. And again, as I said, this suit, like Robin, is not going to be a perfect figure or a perfect suit. I go into buying a figure like that knowing that. I think we can see on the right, you're trying to do a little bit of a walking pose, and we can see even across the torso here, there looks like there's parts of the suit that's bunching. As much as I do like that kind of fight pose, that's going to bunch up around the soldiers' shoulders. So you have to pick. Are you going to go more museum to preserve? Are you going to pose and go damage be damned? Only you can decide what to do. I think this is nice. It's not my favorite suit because it is that very just one-tone black. That is what it was in the movie. I will say, though, I preferred this suit to the ice suits. Didn't particularly love the ice suits either. So if they were going to humor me and do an Alicia Silverstone Batgirl, please don't do the ice suit. Do her standard suit. That would be nice. But as I say, aesthetically, this looks nice to me. The cape looks okay to me. This photo in the middle where it's just draping, that looks nice enough. Again, I'm looking at these clips here, and I feel like it's going to be a bit like the Val Kilmer one, where changing it out is going to be incredibly difficult. So this looks serviceable to me, which I'll take. I'll take it. Where am I up to? Paul is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? Happy Friday. We're just looking at George Clooney Batman. I figured that I did not think was coming out before Chinese New Year, and now it's just got me going. I mean, again, I know Howie Claus doesn't work in this way, but If Mr. Freeze was to come before Chinese New Year, that would be lovely because that figure looks incredible. Absolutely loved seeing it at Secret Base. It looks so good. And the back credit card, don't leave home without it. As I said, I really liked the aesthetic of these blogger photos. It did remind me of the movie, so I thought it was cool. I thought there was a good job done with some of these. It didn't look like a lot of bloggers got these figures. I do wonder, like, do the bloggers get picked? Do they say which ones they want to get? I don't know. I would love to know, though. But I did think this was a bit of fun with this kind of open mouth sculpt, and the little back credit card looks cool. Those ice suits were all about the toy company's push products. Yeah, I mean, I think Schumacher has kind of said that after the fact, where he's kind of apologized about the movies and said how he was to make them toyetic, and that's sort of how they went with different suits, different characters, putting as many characters as they can. But yeah, I just don't particularly like the look of them. So as I say, I worry Howard would do something like, I'll give you Alicia Silverstone, but in the ice suit, so it doesn't actually match. That would annoy me. Clooney is my favorite Batman after Keaton, Bale, Pattinson, Weston, Kilmer. Really? What is it about George Clooney that makes him your favorite? I want to know. Oh, more blogger photos have been released while we're on the stream. Really? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Howie Claus, what are you doing? He's such an enigma wrapped in a riddle. Added 35 new photos. Really? Do you guys want to see more pictures? We'll go through this, and if we want to see more pictures, we can. But I'm really, I'm quite taken aback by that, because when I was putting together the presentation very hurriedly between work and heading off to my friend's birthday, there was not a lot in there, because I was hoping there would have been a few more pictures of them together. Just I don't know that there are. That looks about the same to me, but anyway. We shall keep rolling. Please, Hot Toys, make us Kilmer's Panther suit. I mean, a lot of people want that. As I've always said, I can understand why they made the Sonar suit, because when Chris O'Donnell becomes Robin and gets the suit, the Riddler and Two-Face have been through the mansion and destroyed all the suits, and the Sonar one's the only one that's left. But I mean, I know a lot of people would like that. So, I mean, if not Hot Toys, maybe someone else. We'll see. I want to find the Scorched Alien figure. It looks so good. The Xenomorph, yeah, that looks really good. I talked about that last week. There was some blogger photos that I thought looked like movie stills. So very impressive. Did you already talk about Jinx? Yeah, I did. Sorry. I talked about Jinx. Goodness, I feel like... Was it before this? Hang on. Let me... No, I talked about before this Agent Venom and then Jinx. So I feel like that was a while ago. I'm sorry. Not that I had anything that amazing to say about her. Apologies. Caustic is gonna kill me. I got the Crow coming, and we'll get Conan and the Reanimator film figure and Lupin the third figures. Yeah, as I say, if you're going the exclusive versions, like, the prices be up there. And I really hope that the final figures look that good and have that quality to them. So I'm very keen to see how that goes. So yeah, we've got George and Chris with the old back credit card. And then we've got a couple more pictures of them together. And again, I'm like looking at them going, like the belt pose looks relatively safe. Like I'm not seeing a huge amount of bunching, just having the hands at the belt. So I think that's a pretty easy pose you could do. But as you can see with Robin in that middle picture, like you can have him holding the weapons. And I still think that adds a little bit of interest. But yeah, are these going to be highly posable? They're not. Are they posable more than JND's Christian Bale Batman? Yes. Are they cheaper than that? Yes. So let's take that as a win, everyone. As I say, I am unreasonably excited for these given what this movie is. And we've got the full shot of them together. I still think they look cool in a museum pose. I don't know if there should be more of a height difference because I always feel like Chris O'Donnell is not the tallest person in the world. So I wonder if there should be a little bit more of a height difference than this. It'll be interesting. Shall I have a quick look? What are the heights? So Chris O'Donnell is 175 centimeters. And George Clooney is 1.8. Okay, so that's a 2-inch height difference. I actually thought it was going to be more than that. Maybe there should have been a bit more of a height difference between the two. I mean, I know Batman's got his pointy ears, but still, I feel like it should have, maybe been a little bit more than that. But hey, it's fine. I'm not going to lose sleep over that in any way, shape, or form. I'm really happy that I've got a pipeline of figures coming. That's the upside I'm going to take for this. It's probably going to be a good 8 to 12 weeks best case scenario before this gets to Australia, but that's okay. That's okay. They're coming. They show really well, though, Clooney looks a bit larger than O'Donnell, or is it just me? As in, like, physique? I still don't think you told me why George is your favorite Batman, or are you pulling our legs? I feel like you're pulling our legs. I feel like George being a bit bigger is not unreasonable. As I say, aside from height, I'm not studying. For some reason, I thought Chris O'Donnell was like 170 centimeters, which would have been a 4-inch height difference, where I'm like, that's not enough. But as we know, we saw it with Kane. Like, the difference between Kane and Wick was not as big as it should be. So, sorry I got that backwards, but I think it was the photography. Okay, I am somewhat lost here. Would you have liked a Clooney sculpt, but the price a bit more expensive? That's a good question. Do we ever see him in the suit with just his head sculpt? I don't know. This is the kind of thing where I look at someone like Mars Toys and go, are they going to give us a Clooney Bruce Wayne in a suit? And if they did, have at it. I don't know that I need that. For me, I feel like from that 89 to 97, the main Bruce Wayne having that sort of civilian representation for me is Keaton, which I have. But I mean, I always like a second head sculpt, and I'm always the kind of person that I'm always going to buy deluxe. So if they did a version that was deluxe that had a second head sculpt and maybe a little bit of a diorama base, I would normally go that way. So I think I do miss the days of getting multiple head sculpts. I like that. I like, with the returns, you can have him just with the cowl, or you can get the deluxe where you're getting the ripped cowl, the head sculpt. I just can't remember if we see George unmasked in the suit. I'm not sure, because if it doesn't happen in the movie, I can understand them not doing it. But as I said, I would always go with a deluxe option. So I would do that, and then I probably would look to kit bash a civilian George. But the tricky thing would be like doing a civilian Robin. Dick Grayson is not really going to work because all of his sculpts have the mask stuck onto them. So I feel like part of it would be cool to have had both of them in a civilian version, because then you could maybe pair them with like the Mars Toys Alfred, which is an amazing figure, and I think you could use across any of the 4 movies. So we'll see. We'll see, Shuri. What do you think? You like Batman and Robin? You going to come say hello? People are waiting to see you. You're just going to lick my hand. Okay. You could come up here and say hi. Okay. You're being shy. Bless her cotton socks. Hey, Clinny could be 100% someone's favorite Batman. Well, I mean, where is it? I legitimately asked what made them the favorite, and I didn't get a response. So I like, if it's someone's favorite, hey, that's cool. Not my favorite, but I genuinely was like, hey, what makes him your favorite? Here, Clooney's my favorite Batman. After Keaton, Bale, Pattinson. Oh, have I read that wrong? Oh, I think I've read that wrong. So apologies. Have I read that wrong? It's late. It's like midnight. I've been at work. I've then been at a birthday thing, and now I am streaming for 2 hours. So, Shuri, where are you going? Well, that's a bit disappointing. King Dingling says, I seem to remember when these movies came out, the figures that came out were not in the costumes they were in the movies. For being toyetic, this was horrible to collect back then. Oh, I totally did not collect anything from this movie at all. Young Helen would not have had money to buy anything from this movie. I think I was well into my late 20s back then. Oh, okay. My collectibles I have from these earlier movies from when I was a kid was very much things like Happy Meal toys. Like, I have the Batman Returns pens. I have the Batman Forever glass, like, mugs. And I feel like there was, like, holographic badges, but I can't remember if they were for Batman. I feel like they were more for Batman Forever, though. My favorite Batman, Keaton and Christian Bale. Me too. Although I have to say, I enjoyed Pattinson a lot more than I was expecting to. So that was amazing. Is that? But let me know. Okay, before we wrap up on Chris and George, again, audience participation. It's a key part of this endeavor. Let me know, particularly my peeps in the replay, because I know there's a lot of you. What do you think? Are you picking these up? Would you only pick these up if they're bargain bin? Because I definitely think these are great figures from, as I say, pretty bad, pretty forgettable movie. So I can understand some people being like, you know what? At the right price, I'm interested, but at full retail, I'm not. I can understand that. As I said, for me, when I decided to start out this line, I'm pre-ordering. And it is what it is. If they drop in price later on, that's fine. I won't get mad about it. Historian at work. Pattinson was a surprise. I really liked his Batman Year One vibe. Well done. Yeah, I liked it too. I'm really a bit bummed that follow-up has been delayed, but I'm hoping delayed but awesome. Bargain bin only for me. Yeah, I can, as I said, I can understand that. And I'll be honest, I bought the Kilmer Batman and the Chris O'Donnell Robin from Batman Forever. They were very much bargain bin. They had been reduced down to $2.99 Australian at Pop Culture, and then they had a 20% off sale. And that's when I was thinking about my collection, and I had this shelf free, and I was like, what do I want? And I decided to do the 89 to 97 line. I already had the DX9, I had the Joker, and that was the decision I made. So I probably wouldn't have gone down this route if I didn't get the Kilmer and the Chris O'Donnell Robin as cheap as I did. I think I got them for something like 240 Australian each, which, yeah, was a really good deal I was happy with. Past Christian and Robert are my only Batman figures. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Martin K is here. Well, hello to you, Martin K. I'm assuming it's Martin K. I'm getting the Robin because I like the costume. I like the costume too. I think this is the cooler of the outfits that Robin wore in the movie. So absolutely fair enough. It's got that little bit of a Nightwing vibe to it, which I think is really cool. Would you get the Batmobile for this figures? Absolutely not. I'm pretty sure I'm done with vehicles. Like, I've got the 12th scale Batwing from Jazz Inc. coming in. I don't think there's any more figures. Where am I going to put them? Unless my storage solution for this room somehow dramatically increases the footprint. But I don't know. Like, for me, the 95 and the 97 cars don't have the same pull as the 89 and the 92. You know, I count that as one. That for me was always that if I had one vehicle, it would be the 89, followed by the tumblers. Like, I do love the tumblers, and I have both of the tumblers. So for me, that's enough. I wouldn't go into other vehicles because then it's the space, and it's just not that attraction to me, or that lure of, oh my God, that car was so amazing. I absolutely have to have the Batman and Robin vehicle. They would be an easy pass for me. I have the Forever pairing and would love to get the Mars Riddler. The Mars Riddler is really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I actually hadn't pre-ordered that, and then when it released and it was so good, I was then scrambling to find it. And I think Mars Toys, like the Mr. W. Bruce Wayne, the is it Old Housekeeper, the Alfred, they're really good. But the Riddler and the Two-Face, I've been really impressed by. Yeah, really nice figures. The one thing I don't love is the way, like, changing the hands is a bit tricky because you've got a part of the fabric suit that comes over the thumb. And I know aesthetically that looks nice. I would have been much happier if that was sculpted on the hand, because when you're adding or removing a hand, you've got to kind of maneuver it around that bit of fabric and hope you don't stretch it and hope you don't damage it. So that's probably my one bummer about the Riddler. I'm going to be 2 seconds. Hang on. God, I think I'm fading. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. I'm guessing it's Martin K. I actually had the Bat Missile from Batman Returns on pre-order. Apparently, I was the only one who did. Oh, bummer. Yeah, I mean, that Bat Missile is it's an interesting one because I was so convinced the announcement of that vehicle was going to lead to and he's Penguin and Catwoman, and they just did the Bat Missile and nothing else. And part of me does wonder if they had done Penguin and Catwoman and people could see, hang on, New Returns, Catwoman, Penguin, the Bat Missile, might that have enticed people? I don't know, but again, vehicles are tricky. They take up a lot of space, and I think unless it is something iconic like an Ecto-1, a DeLorean, the 89, like some of these vehicles don't have the same pull. So, yeah, it's yeah, they don't cancel a lot, but yeah, my goodness, that Bat Missile did not last long, did it? Okay. Chris and George, as I said, I'm hyped. I can't wait for Mr. Freeze. I hope that looks as good as the prototype I saw at Secret Base, because that was super impressive. And just a quick look, shout out to Jurgen Schultz. Poor Jurgen. He updated this image after Koon came out, and then how he surprised us with the late announcement of the release of Batman and Robin, and he did very diligently update this graphic. So these are all the figures that we're currently in the window for during Q1. I can't remember if I think there is one left over, at least from Q4. I think the Artisan Harley Quinn is late by the estimated release date, because I'm pretty sure that was meant to be Q4 2025. So there's still quite a few interesting things on the bingo card that we may see before Chinese New Year, or Howie, because he's an enigma wrapped in a riddle. He may bring something forward that we were totally not expecting. So we have a couple of Hono figures. I'm still sitting here going, is Hono even still a thing? It's been very quiet on the Hono announcement front. We've got the Artisan Harley Quinn. We've got the updated stealth Captain America. We've got Artisan Bucky. We've got Nice Pool. We've got Blade. We've got, is it Rain? Is that what the character's name is from Alien? If it's not, I'm sorry. Red Hulk. That'll be an interesting one to see. Mr. Freeze. We've got, I think that's the Vi character. We've got the 2 Moon Knight figures, one Artisan. We've got some Kamen Rider lookery things that come with vehicles. I'm guessing that dude at the bottom has a lightsaber, something Star Wars, and the Nightwing. So still quite a few things that could come out from some different IP. So it'll be interesting to see what Howie surprises and delights us for with next. So for me, of this, I've said it before, but I have the new Cap and the Artisan Bucky. I was lucky enough to get the exclusive version of Bucky. And then the deluxe Mr. Freeze. That is what's for me, because George and Chris are out. Martin says, still hoping for at least a Hot Toys Catwoman. A Penguin would be great too, but I'd settle for one of the third-party ones. Look, the third-party Catwoman figures have never looked great to me. I was very lucky that Cousin Anthony gifted me the Eternal Toys Penguin. And not perfect, but it looks pretty nice in the display. I did kind of cover the hair with the hat. There is a bit of a sort of ugly seam to the hair. And the hat's a bit not great, but there are replacement ones on eBay if you do want to give it an upgrade. But yeah, I mean, I kept thinking at some point the Bat Missile, the 85th anniversary of Batman, I was like, anytime now, Howard, and nothing. So who knows? Jazz Inc. is still making Catwoman, right? Correct. But it has been delayed. So they're saying May, but I've been saying for a while now, like, we haven't seen a head sculpt, we haven't seen accessories, we haven't seen diorama backdrops, and there's a lot of vehicles coming out at the moment. So I don't know if it is May. I don't care if it's delayed as long as it's good. That's my view on the Catwoman, if I'm honest. Mr. One. Hello, Mr. One. Clooney Batman figure is good but bad movie. The only thing I can't stand with Hot Toys is their cheap materials for fabric and cape. Yeah, look, some of the capes have been shonky. Some of the fabric choices have not been great. I can't debate that. Thankfully, I'm not getting any of these. Well, your wallet is safe. Nothing on there for me. That's not. So Ace says, I sold my Hono figures because the paint apps on them is not great. I don't think the line will move forward, or else they would have announced more figures. Well, I didn't realize that about the paint apps. I felt like the concept had really nice potential, but I kind of got disinterested very easily when it just became like the budget Disney line, like they just gave us a bunch of Marvel and Star Wars. I think, yeah, I will always say, like, if Hono had done like 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that would have been so cool. And I feel like it would have been good bang for buck with them because it's kind of the same base figure with some different like paint applications and different accessories and belts. So yeah, I always will be a bit sad that they didn't do the Ninja Turtles. So Tremble Dust has Captain 2.0, waiting to see if the waitlist for Black and Red Harley converts for me. Semi trying to get Artisan Bucky but not holding my breath. You never know. I have seen a few people say that their waitlist for Bucky is converting. I think if you can join the waitlist of both the exclusive and the standard, one may open up. But I understand, like, the exclusive is the preferred one. And as I've said before, I really don't love for the price of Artisan that you then have lesser versions of them that don't have certain accessories. I didn't like it with Black Widow. I don't like it with Bucky. Just have Artisan is one version, not then subclasses within, and there's a version of Artisan that's a poor cousin. I don't love it. Shouldn't Jungle Predator 2.0 be coming soon as well? I don't think that's down for Q1 if it's not in this picture. So it may be this year, but maybe just not Q1. Nothing much coming for me until Q4 this year. Finally have a wallet breather. I mean, that's not always a bad thing. How often do you review your figure collection list to buy? I mean, I don't know that I formally ever review it, but I know the lines that I'm collecting, and if stuff comes out that I need, I pre-order it. I'm not really doing new IPs and stuff, so I don't have much to review. I think the only thing that's probably under review for me is the Thunderbolts Yelena. If they don't at least give us an Alexi, I may have to cancel that one because I just don't want a standalone random Yelena figure. I may pick up Rain from Romulus. Other than that, my wallet is safe. The girl in Alien Romulus is named Precipitation. Don't be like that. Vi is already on pre-order, though Rain would go well with Scorched. I mean, that's the pair, right? Oh, JB's preparing for the Blitzway Onslaught, DeLorean, and Ghostbusters. Did they not put out an update that the Ghostbusters would be a little bit later than they had originally estimated? I feel like they did. And the DeLorean, I'm not 100% sure what the release was meant to be on that, but I am keen to see that given they had some new features that other vehicles haven't had. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see those two. I'll double check if I'm on the wait list for Bucky, but I think I am, but I'm old. Memory isn't a steel trap. Look, I too am old. I hear that. I'm slightly mad Hot Toys didn't do Andy to go with Rain, to be honest. I don't know who Andy is, but Hot Toys doing two characters from a movie seems like a miracle sometimes. So 3. I don't know. Did Alien Romulus do good at the box office? Do good? That doesn't even sound like good English. My goodness. I'm fading. We're going to wrap up very soon, folks, because Helen's lost her words. But, 41 of you now. I hope you've all hit the like button, please, and thank you. Oh, my fault. You're right. Predator 2.0 is Q2. Well, Jurgen's right. I didn't put together that image. I need 3.0 to reissue the Power Rangers. I feel like so many companies have done Power Rangers. Surely Power Rangers aren't difficult to get, in my view. Yeah, both Blitzway releases currently estimated around March was Q4 2025. That's not too bad of a delay. He's an android from Romulus. He was great. Thank you for the intel. Yes, for the love of God, why can't we get Red Guardian? I don't know. I love Alexi. I want Alexi. They teased Alexi from the Black Widow movie. Didn't give us Alexi. They teased Alexi and the whole Thunderbolts team. and only gave us Yelena. I really want Alexei. I have a small glimmer of hope because I remember with the solo Black Widow movie, they did the snowsuit widow and the black suit widow and nothing. And we thought that was it. And then bang, Yelena. So I've got like a 5% bit of hope because there was a rumor floating around. I feel like it was Korean social media that announcements for Alexei and Bucky were coming in December. I know December's come and gone. I just really want Alexei. I don't want to have to cancel Yelena, but as I say, I've got 2 Yelenas. To then have a random third one with no companion piece, I can't accommodate that in my collection. Andy's not been officially announced by Hot Toys, but he's considered a top candidate for future releases in the line. I will take your word for it. I'm really losing my words. So before I wrap up, don't forget, 2 Greek Geeks is going to be on tomorrow on the Pop Culture Living Room channel, me and Costa. The start time for that will be 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US, so 1 hour earlier than what I do my Friday stream. So if you're an early bird, tune in, have a chat to us. We talk about collecting, we talk about our Greek heritage. It's just a really fun time, if I'm honest. I really enjoy streaming with Costa. We've got a few topics that we've already looked at to talk about. So we'll be talking about sort of the last month in collecting rather than the last week because it is a monthly stream. So we'll cast our net a little bit wider. As I said, you can watch live or watch on the replay if you so desire. It's always a great time. Join us for a frappe. Yeah, we are going to frap and yap. So frappe, Greek coffee, and there's a Greek-Australian TikToker who literally makes frappe and talks, and she calls it frap and yap. So we're going to do our version of frap and yap, which I'm really excited for. Mine will be decaf, Costa, because frappe 9 o'clock my time is probably not a smart decision. But you know what? In summer, I do enjoy a decaf frappe. I'm not going to lie. In the afternoon, refreshing, delicious. What more could you want? Yelena is actually a good posable figure for the Black Widow movie. It sure is. It is a very good figure, and I think that fabric is not something that you have to worry about damaging. So that's always a treat, right? Hello, Helen. I hate that I've missed the live stream. That's okay, Austin. You can catch the replay. I am about to wrap up because it's very late and I'm very tired and I have to be up early tomorrow. So we're going to say our goodbyes in a second. Makes sense. Yeah, decaf all the way. JB, thanks, Helen. Look forward to the stream tomorrow. Well, thank you. I hope you can join us. As I said, 2 Greek Geeks on the Pop Culture Living Room channel. It will be at 8 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. I don't know all the time zones, but basically tomorrow, but an hour earlier than what this stream starts. So if you can join us, we'd love you to do so. Yep, Ghostbusters will start shipping in March as per the email they sent me and everyone. I think I saw a screenshot about them. Austin got another Batman Returns figure, which is better than the first one. That's good. I'm glad. I know your first one had some damage, so I'm glad the second one is better. Jim says, thanks for keeping me entertained during work. I mean, I feel like that's what I do. I entertain the work from home crowd, and that's fine. I'm more than happy to do that. Great stream. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Toy Collector. Appreciate you hanging out. Peace out. Peace out to you, Austin. I'm glad I could catch the stream live. Usually I'm working at this time. Well, thank you for joining us. I think you're a new name, and I always enjoy seeing new names. So thank you for coming to hang out. Anthony, thanks, Helen. Have a great weekend. I will do my best. It's going to be 37 degrees both days, so pray for Helen. It's not a fun time in February. Have a great weekend, Helen. Thank you, Historian at Work. I will try to say your username correctly from now on. But guys, the Chinese New Year avalanche is here. Brace yourselves, brace your wallets. Who knows what Howie Claus will have in store for us over the next week. But no matter what he does, we'll be back here, same time, same place. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to chatting to you guys then. See ya.